Deontay Wilder's explosive outburst at Simon Jordan finally makes sense. And this speech explains a lot. What looked like a sudden loss of control was actually the result of long-building frustration, pressure, and feeling misunderstood. While viewers saw anger, Wilder was reacting to years of criticism, doubt, and being reduced to headlines instead of hearing his side. The contrast was stark. Jordan pushing hard questions, Wilder carrying emotional weight he clearly had enough of. When you listen closely to what Wilder later said, the moment feels less like chaos and more like a breaking point. One where pride, pain, and truth all collided on live TV. Champions are not born. They're forged. Not in comfort, not in applause, but in pressure, in pain, in the moments when quitting feels like mercy. This is not just another fight announcement. This is a resurrection story, because respect isn't given. It's curated, in blood. There's a question hanging in the air, heavy, unavoidable, echoing through boxing gyms and comment sections around the world. Is the magic back? Is it still there? Is the bronze bomber locked away somewhere deep, waiting for the door to crack open just enough for destruction to spill out again? Or is that chapter closed forever? April the 4th will answer that question. For Deontay Wilder, this isn't about hype. It's not about noise. It's not about trash talk or theatrics. This is about survival, about rebuilding a man who, by his own admission, was still standing physically, but mentally was done for. I've been through a lot, he says. And that sentence carries more weight than any punch he's ever thrown. Outside the ring, inside the ring, in spaces no cameras ever reach, fighters are conditioned to absorb damage, to move forward, to smile through pain. But there are wounds you can't ice. There are battles no referee can stop. When a man loves, he loves hard. And when his heart breaks, it doesn't crack politely. It shatters. It devastates. It leaves you alone with thoughts you never thought you'd entertain. Thoughts so dark they scare you. Thoughts that make you question if you even want to keep going. That's a side of boxing legends we rarely see. The silence after the crowd goes home. The empty rooms. The nights when confidence doesn't show up. Deontay admits there were moments he lied to himself, convincing himself he was fine, that he'd been through worse, that he could power through like always. But deep down, he knew he wasn't okay. Certain fights become measuring sticks, not for skill, but for truth. Am I really there? Do I still have it? Or am I pretending? And sometimes the answer hurts more than the loss itself. That last defeat told him everything. It forced a realization, not about boxing, but about himself. So he did something many fighters, many men, many people raised on toughness struggle to do. He asked for help, therapy, reflection, rebuilding, facing generational trauma, cultural stigma, and the idea that strength means silence. And what he found was clarity, relief, permission to be human. I'm human just like everybody else, he says. Not a god, not a robot. A man who's been through trials, tribulations, breakdowns, and breakthroughs. And standing here now, this is the product. Not finished, still burning, still hungry, still dangerous. The fire is still there, and it will show. Across the ring stands Derek Chisora, a man cut from a different cloth but forged in the same furnace. Loud, honest, fearless. The kind of fighter who doesn't romanticize pain, but embraces it because that's the job. The kind of man who wakes up on fight day asking himself the same question every time. Why am I doing this? Why am I walking toward a 6-7 knockout artist? Why am I choosing chaos? And then answering himself the only way fighters know how. Because this is who I am. April 4th isn't just another date on the calendar for Derek. It's a journey he's already planned in his head. leaving the house, catching the tube, linking up with friends, raising flags, feeling London breathe with him as he walks toward the O2 arena. He jokes, he laughs, but beneath the humor is finality. This feels like a last stand. One more war. One more reason to empty the tank. There's no table flipping here. No fake beef. No spitting water or slapping faces. Just two men who understand exactly what needs to be done. They're friendly, sure, but don't mistake that for softness. Lions can stand calmly inches apart, sizing each other up, sniffing the air, waiting for the moment instinct takes over. That's the vibe. No theatrics, just tension. Derek says he'll be a roadman in that ring, and Deontay smiles because he loves that. Loves being hit. Loves the moment someone tags him and his mind snaps into focus. Jesus Christ, what do I do now? And the answer is always the same. Hit him back. This is not about gates or gatekeepers or jokes about heaven. This is about territory, about legacy, about who gets to say they still belong at the top of the heavyweight food chain. Knockout? Both men say yes. Early or late? Doesn't matter. Violence doesn't check the clock. What matters is April the 4th, because this fight lives at the intersection of human emotion and brutal reality, of healing and harm, of respect earned the hardest way possible. Blood, sweat, grit. This is what happens when ordinary men decide they refuse to be ordinary anymore. Champions are not born. They are forged. Forged in heartbreak. Forged in doubt. Forged in moments when walking away would be easier. But standing back up feels necessary. Respect isn't given. It's curated. In blood. April the 4th. The magic returns. Or it doesn't. The fire burns. Or it fades. Either way, the truth comes out. Available now.